Good morning, this is Tom Swayze here, and we have a family of companies, including Insurance One. We have Brittany Pecora that's joining us this morning to talk about insurance. I know this is not an episode or a version of Beauty and the Beast. I guess it kind of looks like it. Me, the Beast, of course. But
Well, thank
anyways,
you for having
welcome.
me,
Yeah,
Tom.
it's great to have you here.
Absolutely. Like he said, I'm Brittany Pecora, Insurance One. I'm honored to be here and be part of Real Estate One family of companies. And I'm the insurance agent around here.
It's a lot going on with insurance, isn't there? And we had a little bit of a discussion this morning in our monthly meeting, Real Estate One monthly meeting, and you talked about some interesting things, like the buyer has to be aware of quite a bit with buying a house, because there's some certain things that can crop up and be a little bit of a challenge, right?
Absolutely. The insurance world is a little bit crazy. Everybody knows Michigan weather and things like that. So, each insurance company is going to be different on how they're going to regulate, premium and underwriting eligibility, different things like that. And so everyone knows that when you have a mortgage and you're buying a home, you need to have insurance. And so we can kind of go in to detail and talk about different companies and different underwriting regulations and what can help the buyers out there when they're going through the process.
So where does it start? You said it kind of starts with the inspection, right? Where they should be connecting with you, or maybe before the inspection for a house, just to kind of understand what they're going to be into, or what's entailed.
Yeah, absolutely. The best time usually is to talk about insurance at inspection, because the inspection company is already looking at the year of updates on the roof, plumbing, furnace, electrical. And like I said, each company is different on their underwriting eligibilities. But that is the best time to start reaching out to your current agent, reach out to me. I can shop multiple companies and find out the best option.
Yeah, so if they're going to insure a home, then they're going to be looking at such things as like the roof is going to be important, the plumbing. And so you were saying before that insurance companies will actually reject a home. They will not insure it if the roof's in a certain condition, for example.
Correct. Most companies want to keep it under 20 years old for the roof. Each one's more, some might be more conservative than others. So the plumbing, most companies have steered away from galvanized plumbing or cast iron. They want to see the newer copper, PVC, PEX, things like that. The furnace, they want to keep under 20 years old usually, unless it's a boiler. Electrical, they don't want to see knob and tube, things like that. They want to have the updated electrical. Again, we do work with multiple companies, so if we still have a client that's purchasing a home and they don't want to update those things right away, we might be able to find an option. But most of the companies, they want to limit the risk, so they're going to want to make sure things are solid, things are updated, there's not going to be a hazard or a potential claim right away.
So how does it work then? Let's just say that the buyer really loves a home and the roof, maybe it's at the end of life. Will the insurance company, will they sign on to giving them a certain amount of time then to get the roof completed?
So again, some of the companies, most of the time, they're going to do their pre-underwriting before we even bind the policies. So if we say the roof is 20 years old, some companies, depending if they want that risk or not, they'll write it. Some will be okay with it, but each insurance company is going to do an inspection, just like realtors have the inspection with their clients. The insurance companies are going to do inspection usually within 30 days after closing. So the insurance company, they might require the client to fix it within 30 or 60 days. Okay. Some might say it just needs to be fixed by renewal. So each company is different with their underwriting regulations.
Okay. We had that experience a few years ago. We bought a home that we used for renting in Berkeley, and the insurance company, I think did like a drive-by, and they saw that the roof was older. So I got notified from them, and they said that you need to replace the roof, and it needs to be done within the next few months, or we're not going to be able to insure you. So so I kind of have some experience, and I guess we heard in the office too this morning that there's other agents that have had some challenges also with their home.
Absolutely. And it really depends on the client. If the client says, well, I just bought this house, I don't want to make another major expense right now, I don't want to update the roof, then we might have to go to option B and say, okay, well, this company's this, they're going to accept you. The premium might be a couple $100 more, but we'll have this option. Some say, we were planning on updating it right away anyways, or we got seller's concession, we're going to take care of it. They take care of it. We send the underwriter the photos, proof that everything's taken care of, and then they pull the cancellation. So it just really depends on the company and the clients.
Okay. So how about a home warranty then? Does that interfaces with what you do then some also? Is there some benefit, I guess, from maybe reducing some of the insurance rates if they have a home warranty?
Actually, no. Home warranty and insurance kind of go hand in hand. They're going to try to protect the client if something goes wrong, but there's no extra discounts if they have a home warranty, things like that. I think it could be better perks for, the seller and the buyers working things out. But at the end of the day, the clients are, they're purchasing a home, they want to make sure that they're going to eliminate the most risk. And so most of the time, it's best to, just update the things that need to be fixed. And then that causes less of a headache down the line. And then they don't have claims on their records and things like that, which can also cause rate increases at that point. So, it's always just best to advise the clients, hey, here's the issue. I'd consider taking care of it sooner than later.
Because you had said today too that rates are going up, so it's even more importantly to work with you and shop around and make sure you get the best rate. Because you were saying what, a 10 or 15% rate?
Yeah. So each company is coming out with increases. Some started November, December, January, February. The average we're seeing is about 12%. It can go up to 18%. We've seen with some companies. But the insurance companies really did get hit with a lot of claims, and some companies are pulling out of certain states, whether it's Louisiana or California, Florida. But here in Michigan, it's just the insurance companies are doing what they can, but there's also inflation. So the cost of rebuilding the homes are going up as well. The cost of the labor and the contractors and the wood and things like that. So we're seeing that the replacement cost on your dwelling coverage A has been increased this past year.
We're really lucky we live in Michigan because we don't have all the things going on in other places. We don't have floods. We don't have these massive fires and hurricanes. And so
yes,
very
absolutely.
fortunate, aren't we?
We might complain about the Michigan winter, but we do not have a lot of the other issues that some states have.
You have access to a lot of different companies then, so that's a great benefit, a great value.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a broker, so I'm able to work with AAA, Progressive, Citizens, Frankenmuth, Liberty Mutual, Foremost, Chubb, most of the top carriers. And so, depending on the client and their needs and the coverage and the location and, what dogs they might have or the year of updates, we're going to take all of that into factor, and we're going to see which company is going to be the best option for that client. At the end of the day, we're trying to insure them correctly at the best possible price.
So another, I guess, a great convenience with working with you is, you're here, boots on the ground. We have John Adams Mortgage here. So you're kind of in the middle with working with everything. So it's going to make things go faster, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a dream to be able to work in-house at Real Estate One in Maxbrook, because all of their clients need to get to closing with insurance anyways. So I do stay busy. I'm at 5 different offices. But we do work close with the lenders, especially John Adams Mortgage. And when they do sign a form stating that, when they're doing the application that they want a quote from Insurance One, it's an easy process. And we're able to get most of the stuff that we need. I just reach out to the client, grab a couple more bits of information, see if they want to bundle the home and auto, get the vehicle info, and provide the quote and get them to closing.
So then Ben basically can roll it right into the house payment, into the escrow.
Exactly.
So insurance is taken care of.
Yes, and if they come back and say there's a debt to income issue, or we need to get it lower, or this or that, we can always make adjustments as needed. We can raise deductibles. We can take off the endorsements that might not be needed right away. They can add later on, but we're always doing our best to, make a seamless and easy transition and get to closing.
I imagine you probably talk then with agents if they have a buyer that's really interested in a house, and before they even go under contract, it's probably a good idea to ask you some questions, just if they know the condition of the house and some things about it, it's probably a good idea then to come to you and just, hey, Brittany, what do you think about this? It has, there is still some galvanized pipe that's downstairs. It does have an older electrical system. It can't hurt, I would think, just to at least to consult with you and get some feedback.
Absolutely. Agents love to use me as a resource. They want to find out what should we do. We're going in an inspection. How is this going to affect it? I give them, the best opinion I can.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if they do fix it, it's going to minimize risks and things like that. But if they don't want to get things taken care of right away, then there's always usually an option with one of the companies I work with.
Yeah, it's awesome resources. I mean, for all the agents to have
Absolutely.
you and just have everyone here.
Absolutely. And I get agents all the time that'll call me or text me and ask if the property's in a flood zone or, things like that. So I'm always here to connect, get you guys to closing and work with you and your buyers.
I appreciate you taking the time out this morning.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate all the referrals, and we'll get you guys to closing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.